Hi, it's April the 19th. The activity level around the neighborhood is starting to pick up here. Monday and Tuesday, I was busy spraying the corn ground with the burn down herbicide, and a lot of the neighbors are out doing their tillage work and getting their burn down herbicide applied. It's that time of the year where things get pretty busy around here. Today I want to show you some of my no-till and cover crop soil as compared to a conventional tilled soil that is right next to it. And I'm going to take these samples about 20 feet or 30 feet away from each other so you can see a clear example. I've got a couple of things beside me. These are a couple of the most important tools that I have. The first one is a shovel, and the second one is a soil probe. And I always, when I go out riding around the fields in the gator or in the pickup truck or whatever, I always have those two tools with me so that I can dig into the soil a little bit and see what's going on. What I'm going to show you today is a field that is my no-till and cover crop. This particular field was in conventional tillage, corn, soybean, wheat rotation, and conventional tillage. That means 2 years out of 3 it got deep tillage and surface tillage on it to prepare the soil. No cover crop, it laid bare over the winter. The last tillage this particular field has seen was in spring of 2014. In fall of 2013 this field had a inline ripper pulled through it. In spring of 2014 it had a field cultivator pulled through it, and then it was planted into corn. The field next door has been in conventional tillage every year, and it's corn soybean rotation. Corn soybean, corn soybean, corn soybean. Tillage every year, very aggressive tillage. Planted corn into it this past year. So I'm going to show you those two fields. I'm going to dig out a chunk of soil from each one and just show it to you and let you decide which one you would rather have on your farm or on your acreage. That's all I'm going to do today. This is my field where I'm going to pull the sample. The green that you see growing there is annual ryegrass or Italian ryegrass, not to be confused with cereal rye. If you're looking into the cover crops and you start talking about the ryes, please be sure that you know the difference between what you're getting. Cereal rye is a grain crop. Annual ryegrass or Italian ryegrass is a grass crop. They are not the same thing. They behave completely different. This is annual ryegrass that has overwintered, and that is the spring cover that I have here right now. This field was planted in wheat last year, so that was harvested in the early part of July. I applied some poultry litter to this. I have a local supplier who deals in that and brought poultry litter in. This was planted into a cover crop mix then in late July, which was a 10-way mix, including the annual ryegrass. There was dwarf Essex rape, the groundhog tillage radish, there was buckwheat, there was berseem clover, there was some sun hemp, some sunflowers, and you can still see the stalks of the sunflowers standing in. You can see a few of the sun hemp stalks still standing there too. But like I said, it was a 10-way mix, and I'm not going to go into everything that was in it. This is the neighboring field that we're going to compare to. This field has been a corn soybean rotation for as long as I can remember. Now I can remember this field back into the 1960s, to the mid 1960s. I can remember this field. It's been a corn soybean rotation all during that time. A couple of times there's been wheat rotated through it. This field has been heavily tilled, especially last year. A new farmer rented this from the landowner and is farming this now. And the first thing that happened was he ran a deep ripper through it, and then a chisel plow, and then a disc and a cultipacker in the fall, and then in the spring he came back over it with a field cultivator before planting the corn into it. Right up the property line here so that you can see the division. On the right side of your screen is my field, on the left side of your screen is the neighboring field. Here's what the soil looks like in that conventionally tilled soil. This is what that looks like on the surface without me disturbing it at all. And here's what it looks like just 20 or 25 feet away. I'm not going to measure it. It's 20 or 25 feet, maybe 30, okay? But that's what it is. Now the next thing to do is take a shovel and dig a plug of dirt up out of there. Okay, you can see I just dug this plug up out of there. This is the soil that I have under the cover crops. No-till since spring of 2014. This is what that soil looks like. "30 feet away, here's the neighbor's field under full tillage. Now a couple of other quick notes. This field, this particular place in this field is on top of a clay hill. It's a red clay hill that has been a problem on this farm since I was 6 years old. It's hard to get a stand of corn going here because it packs up tight. I've done a few things over the last few years to loosen this up and make it productive, more productive than it was before. I dumped a bunch of gypsum on it and stopped the tillage and started planting the cover crops, and now I can pretty reliably get a stand of corn going here. As I took these two shovelfuls of dirt out, they were about 30 feet apart. One of them is under my no-till cover crop regimen. The other one is under the conventional till with no cover crop. So you can look at those videos and see the two soils and make that determination for yourself. I'm not going to color it in any way. I'm just showing you the pictures. So observe. If you find it useful, let me know. Have a good evening.